about the apparel merchandising buyer submission procedure. You know, my first video, we have a general discussion about the merchandising. Now, let's see the procedure of submission, how to get the approval from buyer. So, at first, when we get the order from buyer, we submit quality fabric for approval, and then by this quality fabric, if buyer confirm, we make fit sample, you can say development sample also, to have spec approval primarily, and then we one get the order confirmation, we receive from buyer technical file and the color details, order sheet, and the shipment date. Everything we have already. So based on fabrication, we arrange lab dip and we submit to buyer for approval. And if there is print, embroidery, etc., we make strike off and submit for approval. And the trims, there is an accessory submission like main label, size label, care label, and sometimes polybag also need to submit, hang tag, all need to submit to buyer for approval. And after get the lab dip approval, we make bulk fabric and we submit this bulk fabric for approval. Without bulk fabric approval, we cannot get bulk production confirmation from buyer. By this fabric, by this bulk fabric, we make PP sample. PP sample always should have all actual. Fabric should be actual, color, quality, everything, and print, embroidery, etc. all should be in actual. All should be prior approved by buyer. And after get the fit comments, we have the measurement spec, and there is little correction might have that should be correct in the PP sample. PP is pre-production sample. So after get the PP sample approval, we can go ahead for the bulk production. And there is also additional samples, add sample. Add sample can be for the advertisement. Buyer sometimes this is depending on buyer. Some buyer ask for that, some of buyer might not ask. And shipping sample submission. So after get the bulk production done, uh, shipping sample might need to send before the shipment, because what bulk production you did, you need to pick the sample from bulk and send to buyer for final confirmation, shipment confirmation. So by this way we do submission. So we'll here have some details discussion about the quality fabric submission. Some of buyer has different procedure. This is the quality fabric submission form, like this way, and there is GSM cutter and weight machine. You can have this like this way. You need to make sure your fabric is as per buyer standard. After new inquiry received from buyer, we check if it is same as running quality fabric or not. If not, we develop the quality fabric as per requirement from in-house or China based. Send to buyer for quality approval after checking the fabric GSM, hand fill, stressy, etc. Proceed for bulk fabric following approved quality. So this is the quality procedure, I mean quality fabric, I told you in my previous page that you need to have the quality fabric approval after get the order confirmation. That might be, order confirmation, or might be after quality confirmation, buyer might confirm the order. So this is depending on buyer. And then fit symbol submission procedure. We always follow below points to make fit simple. Follow provided technical file, tech pack, and DXF file. There is CAD DXF. So that can be from buyer side, and you should follow this pattern, how to make the fit sample for the shape and etc., and use comparable actual quality fabric to make fit sample. So you already have the quality fabric submitted, and by this fabric, same time you will develop the fitting sample to show the workmanship, garment workmanship, and the measurement confirmation, so that you can go ahead for the bulk knitting, dyeing, etc. program. And then sample QC check all the point with technical file and measurement sheet. So you will have already the sample QC from your side, and they will check everything, and they will if everything is okay, then they will allow to send the sample to buyer for approval. Concerned merchandiser check sample and share the photo and DX file for fit technicians initial comments. So nowadays COVID is very much uh, bad situation for the COVID all over the world. So buyer mostly working from home, and uh, they are asking for the sample photos and the DXF pattern, everything, and technical initial comments you need to write down and send in mail for the visual confirmation. Send the sample to GT after confirmation. It's like you need to send this sample for buyer approval once everything is okay. Lab submission. So after get the color confirmation in your order sheet, you will have the Pantone number or the color swatches just to follow for to make the lab dip. And what is the submission process? Just let's have discussion. After receive color breakdown of style, and we always proceed lab dip on required fabric composition. You need to follow the composition. You know that here you can see 93% cotton, 2% viscose, 5% spandex, slab single jersey, GSM 180 GSM, like this. So what is the buyer requirement you need to follow to make lab dip? Share the photo with Pantone or original swatch for buyer approval. So the example you can see here, how to submit for the buyer approval. After approval, send the approved copy to buyer reference and keep in your copy. You need to keep your file in your file, so that once get the final confirmation, you can provide it to your dyeing team. And then strike of submission process. You see there is a printing strike off, and for the color confirmation you need to show the for the visual confirmation, or buyer also check with the Pantone number, like this way, the photo given here, and the measurement you need to check like this way. After receive the artwork, we proceed for screen and AOP strike off. make the strike off on similar ground fabric. So you need to follow the for initially when you get the artwork from buyer, you might not have the actual color fabric, because this is the already uh, lab dip stage. So you need to source from your in store, just to find a similar color and similar quality fabric. I mean, if it is in order in single jersey fabric, you need to find the single jersey fabric. If it is blue color ground, you need to find similar blue color, so that buyer can see the um, actual effect. I mean, print strike of effect, print color, etc. Share the photo of design, size, and every Pantone color for approval. After approval, we send the approved copy to buyer reference. This is the procedure of this buyer, and for different buyer might be different. But here we wanted to show you one of the buyer, how the what is the procedure of strike of submission. And then trims and accessories submission. If you see here, this is the zipper in first photo, zipper tape, and there is drawstring, and you can see eyelet, how to get approval, and the zipper, and twill tape, and record, all the stopper, button, etc. Follow TechPack and original quality swatch for develop the quality first. For the trims quality first. Develop the trims and accessories in available color for quality approval. First, everything, all of the accessories, fabrics, all of the things, you need to get first the quality approval from buyer. After quality approval, we share photo of DTM or contrast trims of approval. You need to if buyer asks the DTM mean die to match. I mean, if it is a body color, if buyer asks for to match with the body color, you need to um, make the all the trims as per buyer requirement. Actually, if buyer asks for die to match, you need to follow the ground color of bulk fabric, and then you need to match with this ground color for the accessories. Send approved copy to buyer reference and keep in your file. After actual trims approval, we proceed with PP sample for final approval. And meantime, you need to go ahead for the uh, booking to accessory supplier, so that they can have production, and you can in-house within the time frame before production, before garment production. So this is the way of trims approval. Bulk fabric submission. Here is the procedure of bulk fabric submission. You can see how to wear the fabric GSM, and there is traceability checking way, and the bulk fabric submission process here. Example for you. For bulk fabric approval, we follow the approved lab dip for dyeing by following approval quality fabric, make bulk fabric, and check the fabric quality, GSM, stretchability, hand feel as buyer standard. If need, take corrective action. If you think the quality is okay, you can send it to buyer. Or if you think the quality is not as per standard, I mean, you already have the quality approval, quality fabric approved, so you need to follow this quality to get the bulk fabric approval from buyer. If acceptable by concerned merchandiser, then send to buyer attention on buyer submission form for approval. So this is how you need to get bulk fabric approval. And then PP sample submission process. We always follow below points in PP sample stage. Follow approved tech pack. Approved tech pack means when you send the fit sample, you already have the tech pack approved and DXF file, I mean pattern, digital pattern. Uh, by this pattern and technical file, measurement spec, by follow that you can make PP sample, pre-production sample, use approved bulk fabric and rims. So you already have bulk fabric approved and rims approved. So by this bulk fabric and rims, you need to make PP sample. QC checked all the point and spec by your QC from your sample section. They will check all the points, and if everything is okay, merchandiser also always check all points. If the sample is submittable, share the photo of every points for virtual approval. Share the DX file or pattern if needed. Send the sample to buyer after fit technician confirmation. Next slide pictures of your understanding. For your understanding, we share here. You see the how to do the cutting in first picture, second picture, how to do sewing, and defect sorting. If in your cutting part or sample, after make the sample, you can find the defect, and you need to sorting it out so that sample is perfect. You can understand this stage done by sample section, and then ironing, how to do iron, and QC checking. You see the measurement, how measuring the all the points, body parts photo, others parts. You see there is care level, main level, accessories, all the things you need. Merchandiser need to check if everything is okay, and you can put it to dummy, and you can share the photo also. So by this way, after get the PP sample approval, you need to hand over the production file to your production team. There is planning team, and everybody will do the pre-production meeting. We can maybe we can discuss about this issue in our next video, and then they will do production, and there is quality checking issue. All the things we will discuss in our next video, and after production done, you will offer for the final inspection and uh, book to the shipping line, and then by this way you can make the garments. So this is the submission process. This is how people are doing job in merchandising and in apparel garments. This is the way of submission process to get approval on time before proceed bulk. Please note, to make our sample more perfect, we are going to purchase mannequin that, sorry. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.